Finest Office Hours. And I am here as usual on this Wednesday with my besties. Hey, great day, besties. How's it going?
Hey, D. Kathy, all is well.
All is well. Dr. Carmer, what's going on?
Fabulous. Just a fabulous
Dr.
day today.
Lisa.
I am fabulouser than I've been.
Uh, well, okay. We can talk about that. Like more fabulous, sir. All right.
More
But anyway,
fabulouser.
guys, let me tell you something. The topic is going to be really good today. Dr. Lee's going to tell y'all what that is. So, but this was just funny to me. Like when we were getting ready to come live. So excuse us, y'all. We just a couple of minutes behind. But look, what I just love is that. See, for me, I'm like, oh, we late. Hit the button. Let's go. Boom. And I figure we'll figure the rest out when we get on. My teacher gift. Dr. Lisa's like, like no, it's got to be. She gonna make sure it's set up right? Cause see, she control the buttons. Thank the Lord for that.
Yes,
Okay, because we would have been live, and I'd be like, hold on, blah blah blah, this that, but no, she gonna make sure everything is in place before we even come live, y'all. So again, I love to see the gifts in action, and so that's one thing that I could just, that's in real time that I could just share. That just tickles me, and most people who don't understand the gift, they immediately would have been like, "Girl, just hit the button," and blah blah blah, are irritated and tapping, and y'all know what y'all be doing out there, rolling eyes and rolling necks and hemming and hawing and sighing loud. Y'all know, throwing out all kind of signals. What, coach?
nothing. I
You
was
know,
like,
people, I
where?
don't know, maybe you don't know people. People do that, girl.
Compassion got too much mercy to even see anything.
She be like, "It's gonna be all right." And
Hmm.
yeah. So, but anyway, welcome. And Dr. Lisa, go on to fill us in, girl, on what the topic is today.
All right. Well, we are. Remember, we say that when you make my teacher happy, the exhorter come out, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So what I am back to working on my gift, working on my book after the upheaval of the holidays and losing my dad and all that. So I'm working myself back into my writing habit. And one of the unexpected illustrations of gift management, which is what I want to talk about today, was actively working through how to put guardrails up for my teacher gift so that I don't go squirreling off.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was going through my book coaching session with chat, um, because I've already explained to the bot what the gifts are and how we use them, I said, listen, I want to get this structured. And because I've been teaching marketing marketing tactics and marketing strategy for so long, I didn't want this book about the gifts and running your business in a gifted way or gift aware. I didn't want it to become a marketing book. And I was like, well, how do I keep it from doing that? So chat responded, well, if you're going to manage your teacher gift, you have to give yourself rules. And chat wrote the rules in there for me and had said, now print this out and put it next to and put it next to your laptop or in your writing space. And so because as a teacher, rules are I even if I make the rule myself, I'm gonna follow it. So I have my rules that help me filter out the content that does not belong in the chapter, as well as I'm not allowed to do research during my writing block because if I start to researching, I might not get out of that hole.
That's right. Until this time next week.
Exactly. So once you understand how you're wired, what your strengths are, where your blind spots are, and your default reactions, the things that you just naturally do, the next question has to be, how do I manage my gifting so that I am supported and I grow instead of getting trapped in the challenges over and over again? Because if you want to get somewhere and you don't acknowledge, accept, and do something about the places where you're challenged, you're going to get stuck in the struggle. You're not going to move forward. That's not growth, right?
Right.
So Here's my question for my fellow coaches. What is your advice? How do you handle your gifting, whether you use a tool, uh, a friend or colleague with a companion gift or complementary gift? How do you manage your gifting so that you move forward instead of getting stuck?
Great question. Well, first of all, you call them bots. I'll call them sentients. Okay. Chat.
Skynet. Oh my God.
I know. So, but anyway, but that was good though, Dr. Lisa, because what stood out to me, what you said about your gift, teachers follow the rules. And so, yeah, you had to make rules for your own self, for yourself, and so that you can follow them. That's brilliant, right? To do that for your gift. And so I know with my gifts, and so we're talking about guys the top three first of all, because trying to manage them all at one time, y'all need to manage them as they show up. You know what I'm saying? And so y'all know that my one of my top gifts is perceiver. And so I know that is the one that I have to keep under control, keep her sedated or something, keep her asleep, but now she shows up when she needs to. And for the most part, right? I had to learn that though. And so, because when you're talking about using your gifts with a companion, right? And so I want to share how my gifts, along with my husband, my ex, I'm perceiver, and then not only just him, but my son, who is compassion. Their number one gift is compassion, right? And so I did not realize until after I found out about my gifts that how strong my personality was so offensive to a compassion person. Okay, and that's because I'm a straight shooter. You're gonna get the honest truth. You're gonna get the truth, and no, we're not. There's no fluff there, especially when it's somebody that you are really close to, and you know that they're. And at this time, again, I didn't know that their gifts were compassion, but when I realized, that they're not a go getter, they need pushing, and they would find any excuse to get out of something. It's always tomorrow, and or just them being in their feelings a lot, right? So I did not know that my gift, the perceiver, was the one that was causing a whole lot of ruckus with the compassion. So when I understood that, um, y'all, that took I don't know how many years, right, of us being together. And but when I did realize it, I had to understand that you still gonna get the truth. That can't change because I'm not gonna change my gifts. You know what I'm saying? And not operate as me just to satisfy you in that manner. But I did realize I had to make some changes. And so what I had to do, I had to watch the way that I delivered. I had to watch my delivery, right? And even sometimes timing. That might not be the right time to say it. You know what I mean? So I became more aware. The more you become aware of your gifts, then you become aware of the gifts around you. And then so it's in stages. So don't think it's all going to be boom, 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 boom. So once I understood that, then I was able to say, okay, and then I had to start watching my timing. This might not be the right time to say it. Let me wait till they calm down, get out of their feelings, and we could literally have a great conversation about this subject or this topic. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so it is my perceiver gift that I have learned to just change my delivery on a lot of things, right? And once I understand what the gifts are, who's in front of me, that's what's so important. So, and this is the last thing I'm going to say about that. Like, well, maybe, but maybe the last thing. Okay, and so once I, recognize who's in front of me, if it's a teacher gift, I know they can take it. You know what I'm saying? They may look a little sideways for a minute, but if it's got a ring of truth to it, they're gonna be all right with it. You know what I'm saying? Another perceiver, honey, I love them. They love me. Like when we can come at each other with just straight truth and don't have to mince our words and girl, high five, yep, yep, and going about our business. And so even an exhorter, I know that they know how to take the truth as well and they understand that she's saying it with love. or she's saying it with professionalism, or she's just saying to make sure that these things are right and correct. So the only ones that it may hurt their feelings is pretty much the compassion and maybe the server, right? And I had to literally learn that. So that's what the gifts would do for you, and that's how you create a beautiful team or beautiful relationships, right? And so, yeah, I created a whole lot of best friends and that I didn't know I had just because I know how to operate within the gifts. Okay, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Awesome.
Who going next?
You wanna go next, Dr. Carmel?
Yes, I can go next. Well, for me, teacher, I think giver and exhorter in my top three. And so that changed over time because at first it was administrator. But anyway, with that teacher gift, kind of similar to Dr. Lisa, you have to set parameters for yourself because if there are rules, we will follow those rules to the letter. And then if you have that administrator gift, it's like boom, 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 this checklist as well. But to that, working with Dean Kathy, as my companion to that teacher gift, she's like, okay, you don't have to have it all figured out to the letter. Just show up and operate in that. And so I've learned to kind of, it's like in an indirect way, I've learned those parameters, so to speak, that Dr. Lisa is working with the with her AI tool. So Dean Kathy has been my AI tool, so to speak. Me, you know, within the parameters of actually getting the job done, staying focused on the task at hand. And Dr. Lisa is correct. With that teacher gift, we love research, we love to learn. And so if we have one situation, we'll be like, wonder what this means. And then we'll go and then wonder what that means, and keep going and going. Pretty soon we're off topic. But with that, then Kathy, she helps me stay within those guidelines, those guardrails, so to speak.
Right. And so, Dr. Karma, I just had a quick question for Dr. Karma, and that, like with you working with other people. Now, remember when you were working at your business, you worked with a total opposite gift.
Yes. Yeah.
Dr. Lisa shaking.
Yes.
Dr. Lisa looked like I feel for her.
Yes, that was kind of hard because the majority of the people that I worked with in childcare were servers and they were compassionate. And so that push that they needed, I didn't understand that at the time because I was like, look, I've given you a list. This is what we need to do. And this is our timeline. You have till March to get this done. Okay, March come and go. They still haven't got it. I'm like, what's going on? I gave you guys a list. But knowing what, when I learned what my gift was and I learned about the other gifts, I was able to understand that they needed to be coached along. And that's when that exhorter came up into the top three. And so that's what had to happen. But that emotional intelligence and even gift intelligence is what helped me out with that. But yeah,
Awesome.
working in groups, that is true. You need to build a good team.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I like that term, gift intelligence, before I hand the mic to Coach.
Yes.
Okay.
I love it.
To incorporate that gift intelligence.
I thought it was already incorporated and I didn't know.
Because she smoothly just slid it in there.
She did. Hey, that's why this quartet is the bomb. And so for those that may not be aware, I am compassionate. And then I am a giver and exhorter, I believe, or exhorter and giver. It changes from day to day. And so the compassionate, I know, compassionate is the one that I need to work on because I like to give mercy, like relationships that may not be good, organizations that might not be good. I'll stay around for a long time until the whole world shuts upside down. And then it's like the exhorter comes up and it's like, it's done. It's done, that type of thing. Or I'd like to bring business into it. You do things for so long, and for me, the heart and the passion and the purpose is important. But when the dollars don't make sense, that giver goes off like, you look at those numbers and it's like, what happened? And so that compassionate needs to be tempered sometimes, because it's like, oh, it will be okay. It's all right. And it can kind of delay you getting into action.
Yeah.
Like those top three gifts, I understand now, are emotional. And so pairing with the teacher, administrator, exhorter is important for me. And I realize that community is important for me. So when you ask what manages, I feel like taking the gifts assessment has been that awareness that I need to implement what works well and build those buffers. And I've learned that I've gotten into action more, if that makes any sense. I'm able
That
to
makes plenty
service people.
sense.
Yeah, I'm able to service people well versus, being in my feelings about it and doing things haphazardly or with an attitude, so to speak. So for me, I would encourage any and everyone to take the gifts assessment or do a scan me to get a sneak peek of what that is, so that you learn and know where you clash or connect and why. Right. I think the Discover You gives you an opportunity to go a little bit deeper and really know the why. The Scan Me gives you the surface level of who you are and gives you an opportunity to have an awareness that something may be off, so that you can find out what that is and go deeper and have the tools to manage it. So,
Absolutely. That is good.
mhm,
So the one thing too that Dr. Lisa was talking about in the beginning were challenges. And so that's what I
mhm,
love about the Discover You course. You get to hear about the challenges as well as learn about the characteristics of your gift. And it just makes so much sense, y'all. That's all I
mhm.
just want to say, Dr. Lisa, because I'm not going to be the one to take us way over time.
I only had a minute. Uh-oh, you're on mute.
Oh yeah, I had a whole conversation with y'all. So so what's really really good about this is we as a team are an illustration of how to balance and manage your gifts, because we have our strengths and our challenges. We have chosen to partner with our challenges or with our weaknesses and amplify each other's strengths. And hopefully, as folks follow us here on Office Hours, they learn that they don't have to punish themselves for those challenges or being stuck somewhere, where we have a roadmap right up out of there. Okay. You do not have to stay stuck. You do not have to accept work that doesn't serve you. That does not mean that you go leaning into your gift and then weaponizing it by saying, okay, well, I don't need to change because God made me perfect the way I am and
Right.
I don't have to do nothing. That's not true. Because whether you're managing the team, you got to manage the team you have. If you're starting a team, you got to start with the people who come to you or the people that you search out. So understanding your gifts and being aware of both your strengths and your challenges is the key to advancing in your business, in your relationships, in your teams, in your organization. And with that said, we'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.